Alright, this is the week 7 training video. We're just over the halfway point. A lot of region title games or regions are shaping up. We're getting a lot of good region games. So let's stay focused, let's stay on our toes. Just a few things to look at. We're going to start outside the state of Georgia. This is a blindside block video. As you can see, we're going to have a couple of players using their hands. Just good. They're showing that's what we're trying to teach. And then we're going to have one player who's not going to use his hands. So, again, say this kid right here, he's going to come in and try to initiate some hands, and he kind of lets up because he didn't want to get him in the back. But that shows that it's at least being taught, or these kids are at least trying to get away from those blow-up hits. Of course, then we see this, which is just a blow-up hit. That is an illegal blindside block. That is what we're trying to get rid of. You see he's going to throw his hands out, but he doesn't throw the hands out until after he's made contact with his shoulder. One other thing we want to look at in this video, the referee here, we want to go ahead and get the touchdown signal. Even if we know there are flags, they're going to call it back. We still want to get the touchdown signal because that is the result of the play. And if for some reason penalties are declined or just general rule application, we still need to know the result of the play. So we need to go ahead and get the signal here. Here's another one we're going to look at. Here, again, a kickoff. That's where a lot of these are going to happen. We're going to have one here, get a blindside block, and then we're going to have a block at the back. So let's look at this hit, this first hit. To me, that looks like he initiates the contact and gets everything out with the hands. So it's hard to tell from this angle. It looks like he gets a good hand extension, and it's not a terrible hit. So this one might be a legal blindside block. Again, it's hard to tell from where we are, but it looks like we have hands out there. So that one, from what I can tell, is a legal blindside block. And then we're going to have a block in the back, which is illegal. Going to have another one, another kick. You can see it starts to develop there. Again, that one's hard to tell. We do have a tighter angle, so we can look at this one. To me, that looks like it's all hands. It's not a blow-up hit. Let's see where the contact initiate. He gets those hands out and just throws them out there. So to me, that looks like that may be a legal hit, a legal blindside block. He's getting the hands out, and now it's hard to tell if he's initiating with hands or forearms. Remember, it's got to be hands. Initiating with the forearms and a forceful hit does not necessarily count. But, you know, again, it's hard to tell there. But I would say a legal hit at that point. Alright, moving on. This is going to be a targeting or illegal helmet contact. You can somewhat see it here in the wide view. We're going to get a tighter view here in a minute. Right there. So let's watch it in slow motion. We do not have the benefit of slow motion in the field, obviously, but here we can kind of break it down and see. See, he's coming in. He's leading with the crown of the helmet, and it looks like a contact is initiated. I mean, it looks like he's trying to go to the chest. It looks like there's significant contact to the head, and then you can tell from the way the runner reacts. So we probably could go with targeting here. If not targeting, illegal helmet contact. This would not be an ejection. But you definitely have a case for spearing at least. Just coming in the crown of the helmet right there. Now remember, if they're coming in with the crown, leading with the crown of the helmet, doesn't matter where they hit them. Chest, back, shoulder, head, doesn't matter. You could have spearing. But it looks like there's significant contact to the head area, especially to the neck area. So this one probably at the least should have been a spearing, maybe illegal helmet contact, possibly even targeting. Alright, this is one of those hits that looks vicious and looks like it should be illegal, but is not. The contact right there on the quarterback. That's one of those that looks like, you look at it and you're like, man, maybe there's got to be a foul. But it is not. In high school, unlike in NCAA, we do not have a rule against a quarterback being hit low. Now, even in NCAA, this is probably not a foul because they have the stipulation of wrapping up. But in Fed, we definitely have nothing. So again, it looks vicious. It's one of those plays you look at, and it's certainly dangerous to the quarterback. But there's no penalty or no foul we can assess on this play. So again, like I said, looks bad, but it's really not. Or it's bad, but it's not illegal. Alright, this is another illegal block we want to look at. So there is the assumption that in shotgun formation, linemen can only block low on linemen right in front of them. That's actually not the case. They can go to the side. The rule just stipulates in a shotgun where the ball immediately leaves the zone, the lineman must go down immediately with no delay. I think we got that here. This is a legal block. There's nothing illegal. I'm looking right in here. There's nothing illegal about this block. It is immediate. There's no delay. It is to the guy on his shoulder, but remember that is not in the rule. There's an assumption around coaches, officials, that it is illegal, but it is not. So let's look at some where there is a significant delay. There's a lot of illegal blocks over the next several clips we're going to look at, particularly when we look at why we're missing them. So here you watch the center, it's going to step back, take a delay, and then go low. So that is illegal. That's specifically what this rule is trying to address. He takes a step back, and then he goes down. That is a significant delay, and that block should be illegal. We got another one. Again, you see, drops back, gives a delay, goes down. That is an illegal hit. Illegal block below the waist, and we should flag it. Alright, let's look at some illegal block below the waist on kickoff. Kickoffs are hard, I understand, they're spread out. It's hard to keep an eye on everything that's going on, but that's why we key the kicking team. These are the guys most threatened by illegal blocks, 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4 on each side. That's a deep responsibility. See right there, and we're going to get an illegal block. Looks like that's maybe the umpire's key or someone, but someone's got to pick that up. It's definitely an illegal block, something we got to take out. Kick can get hurt. Open field going low like that, player can get seriously hurt there. Same game, different kickoff. We're going to have the same thing. Goes low. He doesn't get much, but he went low, he made contact, his intention was obviously there, and he made enough contact and impediment where we could flag that. So we need to be picking that up. Same game, different kick. And again, that one he does make significant contact, and we should have flagged it. Alright, let's look at illegal blocks on scrimmage plays. So we have the back right there, and he's going to go low on a defender. This is illegal. We got to pick this up. Maybe the referee can see it, maybe a wing, but someone's got to see this, because that's definitely illegal. And again, it's a safety foul. Kicking is seriously hurt there. This is in college where we can do that. In high school, we got to pick that up. Check out this H-back. Again, he's just going to go to the side. Hard to tell if he makes significant contact, but it doesn't matter. He makes enough to take that player out. And this is one that should have been flagged. Again, not a lot of contact, but he goes low, he makes contact, and he legally prevents the defender from getting to the ball. That's a flag. We gotta catch that. That is definitely the wing's key. He's got to see that. There's another one. That one's out there in the open. It's one we got to get. It is important to stay with your keys and keep a wide view so you can see some of these. See, this player's coming in. Get the guy on the side. He kind of goes low. He doesn't really make direct impact, but it doesn't matter. He makes contact low, and he illegally prevents this defender from making a play. Gotta catch these. Alright, here's another play. As you can see, neither of these are set. This is like maybe a wildcat formation or something. It's hard to tell. But both players are walking toward the line of scrimmage. They're not set for a second. Barely even set, and we snap the ball. We can't let this play go off. This is referee's. He's got to shut this down. This play is only designed to deceive the defense here. And we're not saying the offense can't deceive the defense, but if they do it, it's got to be legal, and it's got to be perfectly legal. Nothing legal about this. Got to shut it down. And as you're going to see, they're going to score a touchdown. So, watch it again. They're not set, nowhere near being set, and they're going to get the playoff, going to score a touchdown. Now, one good thing about this play is we do have good goal line mechanics here by the deep official. He's right there. He's backed off the pylon, gives him room to see, gives him room to make the play, keeps him safe. Good job getting the spot, stopping the clock. So there is a bright spot in that play. Good goal line mechanics by the field judge. Speaking of good mechanics by deep officials, we just uploaded a video yesterday on deep officials and inline mechanics. Something we've kind of been struggling with the past couple of years. So what the mechanic says is line up outside the corner pylon. The deep official has the freedom to move along the inline as he needs, as long as he stays in between those two pylons. We want to stay outside the widest receiver. So receiver wide here, probably right there where that yellow line is. Official goes ahead and just steps outside the corner pylon, just stays outside the corner pylon. That's perfect. Gives you a wide field of vision, keeps you out of harm's way, gives you the ability to see both lines. This It's great mechanics. And then in this play, we're going to see why. Why it's important to stay. See where he is? He's outside that pylon. He got a great angle looking in here. You can see in between the players. So if you can see if there's anything illegal, you can see down this line. If the play happens to drift here, he can help out on the line here. In great position. Ball goes up. Then he's going to come in, make sure there's a catch before he goes up. Great mechanics there. Good job by the field judge. And that's what we want out of our deep officials. Alright, let's look at a horse collar or a non-horse collar. I'm gonna grab him by the inside collar or jersey. It's hard to tell exactly. Kind of twirl him around before bringing him to the ground. Now, the referee initially throws a flag. He did pick this up and wave it off and then explain it to the coach. But he was right in waving this off. This is not a horse collar. He grabs him around the horse collar, but he actually pulls him forward. All right. Remember, for a horse collar, you have to bring them, I think the rule book says subsequently, bring them to the ground. And he actually pulls them forward. So this is not a horse collar. It's a good job that he kind of talked himself out of it later. Obviously, we would like to never throw in this at all. Saves us the hassle of having to explain it. And it just looks better. But in the end, the right call was made. Alright, last play we're going to look at. A lot of stuff to look at here. We want to watch this guy coming off the end. There's no reason for this play to ever happen, or this kind of hit to happen. He's not trying to block anything. He's going straight for the holder. It's a vicious hit, and this player was rightly ejected for this. Now, I have a high threshold for ejection, and I try to teach us to do the same. But I would have ejected this kid out right there. So what you have here, the correct call on this to make would be roughing the holder with the element of targeting. And with the ejection because of the flagrancy of it. So as you can see, if I can back it up in time. So I'm going to lower his head right there. He's coming in with the crown, going straight toward the holder's head. Kind of gets him in the back of the neck area, back of the shoulder. It doesn't matter because this kid was, the holder was hurt pretty bad. I think this. So we did rightly eject this kid. Now, let's talk about enforcement. This is a PAT. So like I said, the penalty is roughing the holder with the element of targeting and an ejection. On a PAT, with the kick, let me go back and check. I'm pretty sure this is a made field goal. Yeah. So we get a made field goal, PAT, tack it onto the kickoff. Now, if this were a field goal, not a PAT, just a regular scrimmage kick field goal, we'd have roughing the kick, roughing the holder, element of targeting. So, with a roughing call, they have the option of the automatic first down. Their other option would be take the result of the made field goal and tack it onto the kickoff. So the kicking team here would have two options if this were a field goal. You go roughing the holder, automatic first down, or they can take the points and assess the penalty yardage on the kickoff. Now, GHSA overtime. If this were the last play of the game, game time field goal, they can carry this 15-yard penalty into the overtime period. So if this is the game-winning field goal, we're going into overtime, roughing the holder, take the points, put the 15 yards into overtime. If you go to the training website, ghsafootballtraining.weebly.com, there is a document under training documents called overtime policy. It gives you a few case plays where you can kind of, really kind of firm up our overtime procedures, especially as we get into region play and move into the playoffs. We really want to make sure we're firm on our overtime procedures. So that's it for this week. I hope you guys have a good week. Like I said earlier, region games are kicking off. So please go to the YouTube page here, like this video, subscribe to this video, or subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, you'll get an update every time we post new stuff. And we're constantly trying to post stuff. So subscribe to us on YouTube and like our videos. Thanks, guys.